Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I need to tell you this story. When I lived in California, I was able to walk long stretches. I could walk long distances. Anyway, we lived in Southern California, and I loved to go on hikes. My kids and I would go on hikes. We'd go to the mountains, to Julian, to go to the snow when it was colder. We would go on nice hikes, and I would go on hikes sometimes by myself, sometimes with a few other people. Well, one day I invited my sister Janine and her sons to come on a hike. And her sons had not been hiking before. I don't think Janine had really been hiking either. She'd been on hikes, but not up in like the areas that I was in. And in California, you have maps that have markers, and you can go to that mile marker, and there's a trail that you can't see if you're just driving by. You pull your car over, you go on that trail, and you're going to see some amazing things. Anyway, we went hiking. And her two boys, they were young at the time. They're grown men now, but they were young, and they were like, "What are we going to see?" And I was like, "You'll see." "What are we going to see?" And I was like, "You'll see." "What are we going to see?" "You'll see." "But when are we going to get there?" "You'll see." "When are we going to get there?" "You'll see." And as we were doing this, and they're doing, "When are we going to get there?" And I go, "Shh." And right then, a family of deer come crossing the road, and they're like, "Oh my gosh." And then we get to the top, and the view is expansive, and they're like, "Oh my God, you couldn't have explained this." And her youngest son exclaimed, like with all the joy in the world, I get it now. The journey is the journey." It was like, yes, it is. And I had brought like a little picnic, and we sat and had a picnic, and we were watching. He was like, "This is the best picnic ever." And it was the best picnic because it was an unexpected thing on the journey, and it was wonderful. I knew where we were going, but they didn't know. They didn't know what we were going to see. I didn't plan those deer, but it was like I cued them. It was amazing. Anyway, we moved to Georgia, just outside of Savannah. And so I found some trails. I was looking for trails. I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to find some trails." So I found this trail. It was supposed to be a great hike. It's called Savannah for a reason, people. It's flat. And ain't nothing to see. You can see it from over here. You can see where you're going from where you are. Anyway, this one day I packed a little picnic. I had soup and everything. And so we're on this, what we think of as a trail. And then and I'm like, what is this? And so Janine looks at me. And so somebody comes out and they go, "Oh, this part back here is private. You can't come back here," or whatever they were saying. And Janine was like, "But we have soup." We have soup. And I was thinking about it today because sometimes in some locations, you need the soup. I remember getting back when we were here with that soup, and I was like, "Let's just go to lunch because we don't need the soup." Sometimes we pack the right lunch for the right journey, and sometimes a change of journey requires a different lunch, no lunch. We could have gone in heels on that second one. But the journey changes, and the location and the things require different clothing, different meals, different preparation, different people along the way. And I love that the life journey that we're all on allows us, if we're paying attention, to change the requirements of what we're bringing along with us. I think I might take that second journey again because it wasn't that far. I love you.